Welcome to the UnScripted Authentic Leadership Podcast, a podcast where we're seeking to lead change while also seeking to understand. We're also here as a platform for leaders to come together to unite, to develop and empower other leaders in the areas of business, family, and community. I'm your host, Lafayette Lane, joined by my co-host, John LeBron. Today, we are joined by a special guest, Sli Lewis, who has joined us to have a conversation about discipline is the key. Sli has worked with members of Hollywood's A-list, from directors and actors to coordinators and producers. He understands the details that goes into creating signature action sequences. From conceptualizing on-screen action to planning and execution, he has become an avid student of storytelling through action. And today he has joined us right here on the UnScripted Authentic Leadership Podcast. Sli, thanks for coming on.
Thank you for having me, brother.
Absolutely. For those of you that do not know, Sli is a professional Hollywood stuntman. And I have to start there. How in the world did you end up in this career field of being a professional stuntman?
Well, the short story is from motorcycle stunts. So that's how the transition over into Hollywood stunts. So we were in Miami, Florida. Miami Warriors is a motorcycle stunt bike crew back then. Over 40 bikes, same kind of bike, all different colors. So if you think about 40 bikes, if it was Honda at the time, everybody had Hondas. You had one or two Ducatis or Suzuki, but the majority all Hondas, but all different colors, same model. Then we had R1s, same model, different colors. And we used to do shows and music videos and so forth, but mostly it was live shows, traveling, doing live shows. So back when there was no social media, we had to physically go to Akron, Ohio. We went to Jamaica. We've gone overseas, Guam, Saipan. I mean, everywhere you can think of, and doing motorcycle stunts and exhibitions. And we were doing one in Coconut Grove, Miami, Florida. And a coordinator came to us and was like, hey, we want to use you guys. And there we combined with Triple Extreme, which is Kyle Woods and Brock Catranio. So we teamed up with those guys. They were doing the show, we were doing the exhibition. And the guy was like, man, we want to use you guys. We could use you guys for a movie. We were like, yeah, we heard that before. Because you heard it so many times. We've done so many music videos, didn't get paid, or we did get paid, but it's peanuts when you breaking your bike. You got to go to the hospital, stitch yourself up, or whatever it is. By the time you get paid and you pay out all those expenses, it's peanuts. So finally, we actually got on a project. It was Too Fast, Too Furious. Thank you very much, Artie Meleshi and Denise Gallo, by the way. Yeah, they put us on that show. And actually, I wasn't supposed to be. I was going to be in it, but I took a different avenue. They wanted a friend of mine. His name is Robert Marley. So they wanted him for his look. Yes, the son of Bob Marley. So they wanted him for the look. He had the dreads, and they wanted him for a specific scene. If you ever see Too Fast, Too Furious, the scene they wanted him for was to walk across the street when the two cars went racing by, Paul Walker and Tyrese. And he's like, yo, what's going on? Like that type of action. Everything changed at the last minute. We did the opening scene, and we drove some cars. We jumped out of the way of the cars when they're racing. But I went with him to set and showed the video. So they said, hey, Robbie, what can you do? So he had a video. But I said, Robbie, before you go to set, I need you to put me in the video with you. Every video that we did together. So we doing handstands, wheelies, endos, whatever it is. And when he presented the video, they were like, who's that? That's me. They were like, who's that? I was like, that's me too. They said, well, are you available? Absolutely. So that's how I got in. They had a whole bike crew there. They had Triple Extreme, Zoo Crew, and Miami Warriors. Supposed to be a whole big bike scene, but it would take away from the cars. So that got truncated down. Luckily, I did what I did because I went through a different avenue. So that's how it became stuntman, how I started getting in. It's called Taft-Hartley. It's a specialty stunt area. So I was able to go through, get a waiver. It's like a waiver to be in the union to get SAG. And Denise Gallo, she was my angel. I didn't know this female from anywhere. She just said, hey, I'm going to put you in this movie. Come again. And I came. She put me in. I didn't sign any paperwork at all. She did all the paperwork for me. And I was like, oh, what do I sign here? She said, don't worry about it. You need to go SAG, pay all of this, pay your dues. I said, okay. She did everything for me for a year. So after that movie, I would call her. She'd do all my paperwork over the phone, and finally, she showed me how to do everything. And yeah, she was my little angel for sure.
Wow, that's crazy. What a story. So I always think it's interesting to listen to the beginning of something, like the progression from
Mhm.
essentially something you love or basically nothing, right? You're just kind of
Right.
doing things because you love to do it.
Exactly.
And then how it leads you to other things, or I would say maybe a purpose or calling that you feel like you've had, but you didn't know that early on that this gift you had of whether it was stunting on motorcycles or some people have speaking or whatever they're just good at and
Mhm.
just have a passion for, how that can lead to big things if they pursue it. But so many give it up because they're like, well, mom said I should be an engineer, right?
Right. Right.
And
Well,
so forth. So that's amazing.
yeah.
And
From just tapping into what you just said, I didn't know there was an actual career for a stuntman. I mean, we all watch. Well, in our time, we watched a TV show called The Fall Guy, and he was like a stuntman driving that pickup truck, you know. But it didn't tap in to say, oh, that's an actual career. You're watching TV, so you think he's an actor, right? So we're all fooled by the camera to think that the actor is doing everything. So even in today's world now, the actor is still the action guy, right? You have some actors that are very talented, very gun ho, and they do a lot of their stunts, but ultimately there's a stunt team there for all of the action, right? So we're the unsung heroes, not the credit, not in the fame, but we're there on set and getting it in. And I never knew that was even a career field. The reason why everything kind of falls into place, if we go backstories, like bicycles, BMX, roller skating at Skate Road as a kid, military, doing Miami SWAT with Dexter Fletcher, all these different avenues that I've been doing, music, dance, and all of that, that all plays a part in stunts. Because you need timing, you need rhythm when you're doing these fight scenes. You need timing when you're about to get hit by a car, or you're jumping over something, or you're doing a fight combination, and you need air awareness for gymnastics. You know what I mean? When you're doing tactical, you have that military background, or you have that discipline from the military. Listen, I got to wake up, I have to train, I have to eat a certain way, I have to function a certain way, I have to be professional a certain way, whether I'm upset or happy or sad. I have to put those things aside because now lives are on the line when you're actually doing your job, right? So we have a smaller window of error, in our job, because it's live. You guys see different recordings of it, but for us, it's live every time. And they're doing different angles, and they'll get you that certain angle that looks best for camera. But for us, it's live every time.
go ahead, man.
So when you're doing these stunts, what is going through your mind? Because you just tapped into it a little bit. That word discipline.
Right.
It takes a certain level of discipline. Of course, I would say gifting to do what you do. Everyone can't do it, right? Um, what level of discipline? Where did that come from? To have that discipline to stay ready, to stay in shape, to be able to do all of these, extraordinary things that you do that we see on film.
Well, a lot of it came from my older brother. So I always emulated him. He was like my superhero. He used to rap. I wanted to rap. He would dance. I wanted to dance. Then he would dress a certain way. I wanted to dress a certain way. Then he would put his clothes a certain way. I wanted to put my clothes a certain way. He went into the military. I went to the military. So now I'm following his steps. And slowly but surely, I can see that he does certain things a certain way. So I started to emulate him in a sense. And then now I made my own lane. So now I've taken it to, I'm an extremist. So I took it to another level, So if I'm going to do anything, I take it to that next level. So my discipline is out the window. If I have to train, no matter what, I am training. Like I said, I live in Miami. I live in LA as well, but at the time I was living in Miami when I started, and it's a party town. And a lot of my friends would party 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm in the gym 5 o'clock in the morning, no matter what. Sometimes I wouldn't even sleep. So that's gym. If I had to read something, I'm reading that. I'm not going out, to every party. I would read, whether it's eating. I don't drink. I don't do any drugs. I don't even take pain medicines after surgery. Once I have my surgery, pain meds, I tell them I don't even want them. They said, trust me, take them just in case you need them. I don't take it because I want to know how long it's actually taking my body to recover. So if I was to get this injury again, or if someone, a friend or a colleague was to get that injury, I could say, hey, about 2 weeks, this is going to happen. About 4 weeks, this is going to happen. You know what I mean? So you know how to take it easy. Don't go too hard on yourself. So things like that.
Wow. That's incredible. So okay, I've noticed I was on your website
Uh-oh.
and it looks like you probably do about 3 to 4 movies every year. If I had to guess, just by you had the dates, and if anybody goes slilewis.com, there's a long list of. Actually, no, it was on your website. I think just through Google.
If you Google,
IMDb or whatever that's called,
Mhm.
it had like a list of like 60 some movies. Basically, you've been doing them since I was in high school, and so hats off to you. And all of them are big.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah, and you look great for 32.
Thank
And
you.
so. And also, side note, before I get into the question, two of my favorite series of movies is the Rocky series, including the Creed movies. And I saw you participate in that.
Yes, sir.
And yeah. And then the Bad Boys movies I've loved forever. And you participated in that, at least the new one. And so that's cool. Two of my favorite series of all time. But anyway, so going from movie to movie to movie, they all have different requirements, I'm sure, different things. There's got to be times in life when just because things are going well for your career doesn't mean that there's not life situations, family, all of those things that derail so many people, whether they're entrepreneurs, nurses, whatever. What is this key for you to stay focused through all the adversity?
I would take it back to upbringing and a strong family background. So I'm really close with my immediate brother above me, Sli Lewis. Super close with my mom. So just having that stability, and I'm the only one that I live away from my entire family. No one lives where I live. Everyone's still up north, New York, Maryland, like even North Carolina, trickled down to North Carolina. But mostly the heart is way up north. I'm the only one by myself down in South Florida. Everybody's like, where's your family? Up north. But I've learned how to be strong by going into the military. Because in the military, I shipped out 18. I haven't been home since 18. But you also learn how to pick up, go somewhere, start fresh, don't know anyone, don't even know the territory. Start fresh and make something of yourself there. Then I had to ship again to another location. Then you go to Portugal, then you go to Korea, like you go to different places, and each time you're picking up and starting. So that gave me the strength to pick up and start no matter where I am. And no one, I'm not going to curse, but no one cares. Let me not say care. No one really understands what you're going through, and it's not important to them. It's important to you. So if you order a pizza to your house, but that person is going through something, you're hungry. Your kids are hungry, your family's hungry, or your friends are hungry. You order that pizza, it should be there within a half an hour. You don't want to hear, oh, he was sad because he broke up with his girlfriend. Like that doesn't apply to you and your life. So you know what I mean? It affects your life, but it doesn't apply to your life. So I learned that a lot of things that I'm going through, either they cannot help me in that situation, or it doesn't apply to them, so they don't care, right? So I say, you know what? I can't project whatever I'm feeling or going through on someone else. I'm here to do a job. I have to do this job. So whether I'm sad, I had a lot of family members pass away in 1 year, and I still did my movies and then flew home to go to the funeral and then flew back on set. So it's like it doesn't stop. If you're tired, that clock doesn't stop. Your kids don't stop being hungry. Your wife doesn't stop needing anything to help the kids. You don't stop to pay the bills. Like it doesn't stop. So you have to learn how to turn that on, not stop.
I love your shirt. I can't stop looking at it.
Oh yeah, that's the shirt right there.
And I want to tap into that because
go.
your shirt says, if you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready.
Copy. Yes, sir.
And there are so many people that are waiting for an opportunity, but they have not prepared for it. They want to get ready after the opportunity is presented. And it's that lack of preparation, right? When preparation meets opportunity, then you will have success.
Yes,
So
sir.
you're not having that reactive preparation, you're having that proactive preparation. Speak to our audience, man, about staying ready and so you don't have to get ready.
Um, it helps me in my career field, like tap into what John said, working on different projects. You don't know what's coming. So if you sit there and you train basketball, because this is a basketball movie coming out, and they say, okay, we need you to drive this truck. You're like, man, I can dribble a ball. I haven't been practicing them driving trucks. So any and everything you see in the movie that has to do with any type of action, someone running through the mall and gets pushed. You always see that, right? The chase scene, someone gets pushed. That person getting pushed is a stunt person. So now you have to learn how to fall, right? But make it look like someone just bumped you and fell. The hot dog stand guy, you got to watch how they move and maneuver and know how they pedal the bikes on the hot dog ones, or if you're standing up, how you're going to fall, how you do everything. And you have to fall accordingly. Drive a boat, fight, different styles of fighting, boxing, karate, combat, brawling, jujitsu. You have to learn these different techniques and styles and move the same way. Tactical, whether you're shooting, everyone likes the John Wick series, but that's shooting. Tactical is slightly different, Zero Dark 30, and those things are like tactical, you know. So air awareness, falling from high falls, falling out of a moving vehicle. These are things that sometimes you can't even practice. There's no place to go and say, hey, you know what? I'm gonna learn how to fall out of a window on fire, but hit my mark on the back. It's blind. That's something you don't practice. You don't have that. You don't have the tools to practice that. So a lot of things we learn on set. So no matter what I'm doing, I take everything serious, no matter what I'm doing. So the discipline of it, I had this podcast today. I'm gonna come here at 5 o'clock, make sure I have everything set, so I'm not late for you guys' podcast. You guys have a family, you're in a different time zone, right? I have to make sure you guys are doing what you need to do. So I don't want to take away from you guys. You have your thing set, your family, everything going on. I got to do my part. If I do my part, everything should run smoothly. So that's how I think of everything. Do my part so everything runs smoothly. I don't mind being the weakest link and learning, but I don't want to be the one that holds everyone up by not doing my part. So I do my part to my best of my ability.
I can vouch for that. Even when we were setting this up, Sly was highly focused on not just the time, but also when he would be able to have the proper Wi-Fi's or the equipment to do the right show, the background aesthetics, all the things he's thinking
Right.
about. As someone who doesn't podcast, right?
Yeah,
Although
I
you do
know.
film, still I don't as a podcaster who interviews a lot of people,
Right.
we get a lot of different personalities and levels of preparation, and some are no less prepared than others. And so it was very evident that you definitely wanting the effort and appreciating even the opportunity. We could tell that you had appreciation
Oh,
just
for
by
sure.
the level
1,000%.
of detail that you had. And so it felt good to us. But do you have, I would assume so, sort of a set of non-negotiables? I find people who are highly disciplined, they have certain things that are just the non-negotiables, whether it's a morning workout or a specific food routine, that no matter what, these things, nothing's getting in the way of my 5 a.m. to 7 a.m. time or something along those lines.
Um, I do have a lot of those non-negotiables. My little bro, I call him my little brother because we've grown together tremendously. Flip Rodriguez,
Mm-hmm.
he kind of tapers some of my stuff down. He's like, bro, you don't have to be like that all the time.
Like a robot.
Serious, like you gotta relax sometimes. But like you said, I don't miss the workouts. I don't miss the training opportunities that other people just don't understand. You know, but I've learned to. I wouldn't say miss them, but I kind of let it slide a little bit, and I'll do some things that other people might want to do. I compromise,
Mm.
but I still get it. Like discipline. Last year, my challenge was to do 100 push-ups every day for the month of January. Every month, I added 100. So at the end of the year, it was 1,200 per day.
Mm.
I didn't let anything deviate me from that plan,
Mhm.
but it helped me. It wasn't to get muscular. It wasn't to get extremely strong. It helps me with time management,
Mhm.
right? And then focusing on other things. So if I'm doing 500, I only did 100 so far, and I know I have to go to this dinner or I have this movie premiere or something like that. I have to have my time management so I can knock this out before 12 a.m. So 11:59 is, if you don't make it by 11:59, you lose the whole challenge. Not
Mhm.
one day. Not, oh, you know what? I'm gonna do 20 tomorrow. No, you can't add that 20 tomorrow because it's per day. You know what I mean? So that's the type of discipline that I carry. And I carry it over to everything I do. And I notice I have to scale back a lot. A lot of my friends say, listen, people are not like you, bro. They don't they don't live the way you are. Like, it's easy to you because I never stop moving. Everyone says, how do you stay in such good shape? I don't stop. Once you stop, it's hard to get back into shape for anyone. So if you never stop moving, you're never really out of shape. Whether it's reading, playing the piano, preaching, if you never stop doing it, you're on point. You're firing on all cylinders.
Yeah, and I think part of the non-negotiables doesn't mean it has to be in a specific time frame. It's just that like 5 o'clock in the morning type of thing. It's just that it has to be done.
Right.
Because, so for example, I started a workout routine because I was not happy with my energy level. And I
Copy.
have an accountability person. I have to do one every day just to get in the routine for a whole month.
Uh-huh.
And so today, I haven't done anything yet. I'll get home. It'll be 11 p.m. And then I'll knock it out, shower, go to bed. Right. And I don't like doing it. I hate working out. But I told him I'd do it. I messaged him before this podcast that, hey,
Uh-huh.
don't message me because it'll be like, I'm doing it. It's just going to be late. It's that sort of thing. Or reading. People say, I don't like
Right.
to read. I'm like, just guarantee yourself 1 page per day. You can't say that you can do 2 hours a day. But for me, it's 1 page a day.
Right.
Most days it's 10, 20, 50. But you can do at least one. Even if you're the busiest day ever, you can do one.
Yeah, you set smaller goals.
It's personal accountabilities to stay.
Right.
It's easy to keep reading if you've opened the book every day of the year, like you said. Go ahead, Lafayette.
100%.
Oh no, bro, you were fine.
Yeah, he hit it on the nails. Like,
No,
my
absolutely.
dieting, everyone thinks I'm always on a diet. I eat Haagen-Dazs ice cream and Famous Amos chocolate chip cookies almost every weekend.
Wow.
But if I'm on a diet, if I'm dieting, I don't have it at all. And people say, hey, what's your cheat day? What do you have for your cheat day? There's no such thing as a cheat day. Are you guys married?
Yes.
Yep.
So I cheat my workouts, my training, my clothing, what I'm doing, my diet. Think about a marriage. Is there a cheat day in a marriage?
Should be.
If you want to stay married.
Yeah, on Thursday, can you say, hey, babe, I'm going to go cheat with this person?
Right.
No, you can't do that. So there's not a cheat day. If your diet should be your goal diet, 3 months, 6 months or so, not a life diet, because your body acclimates to whatever you're eating and then is no longer tricking the body and the muscles. So I only diet when I need to diet.
Mm.
There should be no. I don't know where that cheat day thing came from. I don't know where that came from.
But it makes sense.
You're planning yourself to fail. You know, I'm going to fail this week on Thursday. Why would you do that to yourself?
Yeah.
You can't cheat on a test.
Mm.
Take a test. Oh, no, I'm going to cheat on question number 37. You can't do that. There's no cheat day.
Right. We've talked about discipline, but I want to tap into, I believe there has to be a level of fearlessness that you have to do what you do specifically. Because you're talking about being, timing on not being hit by a car. Like, how, because I want to ask you, like, have you ever experienced any injuries?
1,000%.
Okay, so like, yeah, just tap into that, man. Because where did that come from to have, like, okay, I'm literally putting my life on the line. but I don't have that fear, or if it's there somehow you're able to push past it and still perform these crazy stunts.
That's a question I get often is you're not scared, you're fearless. There is fear. The easiest stunt to the most complex stunt. Just before I'm going to do it. Not knowing that I'm going to do it, knowing I'm doing it, fine. I have to do this next week. I have to do it tomorrow. I'm going to do it in an hour. No problem. But when I'm geared up and getting ready to go, the heart starts pumping, starts beating a little bit. It's a little bit of fear and a little anxiousness at the same time. But as soon as the word action happens, goes away. It's like 3, 2, boom, and it's on. As soon as they say action, it happens every time. It lets me know I'm still alive. It lets me know that I still care. If I stop feeling that little, like it's like butterflies / fear, if I stop feeling that, then I'm like, whoo, maybe I shouldn't be doing this anymore. But as a kid, every day I came home with a cut. Elbow, knee, head, chin, lip, eyebrow. My father said, listen, if you come home with another cut, put you on punishment. You can't be doing this to your body. You got to take care of your body. So as a child, it seems as if now that I've been preparing to be a stuntman, I was just a wild child having fun. Shin scrapes, everything. I've had a lot of injuries growing up. And I've learned that I don't like to fear anything, and I hate to be in pain, or I hate to show the pain, physical pain. And I always wonder, when you get cut and you feel the pain, what is the body actually doing to send you that pain notification? Because if what you didn't actually hurt, because I've been cut before and looking at it doesn't hurt, right? Then I stubbed my toe on a coffee table and I'm in pain. You know what I mean? So I'm like, why does that transfer differently? And this one is like, I'm gashed open, So I tap into those things. Most people don't like cold. I take freezing cold showers. But I'm used to it growing up. Sometimes we didn't have hot water. So you had to get used to it. Or your brother would play that joke on you. Whoop, Ma! Right? So now I got used to it. So if you don't get a reaction from it, they stop doing it. Turn the cold water on. I just sit there, no problem. Cold plunge, no problem. So now I've acclimated to these things, these uncomfortable things. As my little bro says, get comfortable being uncomfortable. So I do all the things that make you uncomfortable. No one wants to wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning. I hop up at 5 o'clock in the morning. Right? No one wants to eat right. No one wants to say, no, I'm not going to smoke. Or no, I'm not going to have a drink. I'm always the oddball. The average person let's go for a beer. No, I'm okay. You don't drink? No. I'm an adrenaline junkie. Like if I'm off, it's going to be a bad outcome. You know what I mean? It'd be very bad. But to answer your question, Lafayette, yes, I've had some injuries. There's fear there. I changed the fear into fun or into a challenge. How can I do this without getting hurt? How can I do this? How can I show someone else how to do this by just verbally talking to them? And they get exactly what I'm saying and they do it and don't get hurt. So it's controlled chaos that we deal with. To you guys, it looks crazy. It's controlled chaos to a certain extent. Some things we're all doing it for the first time. And we have to prepare as best we can and think of all the possible outcomes. And usually one of those outcomes is what happens and be prepared for that. Once in a while, you get that one like, wow, how did that happen? Car crash, you cannot tell where the car's going to land. You can do the same car crash. I'm going to do a T-bone. The car should spin out and land 4 feet that way on a 45-degree angle. Do it again, it may land on the side. You do it again, it's just, that's the part that I love about the industry of stunts. You do the same stunt on another movie, it's not the same. Different person, different timing, different feel, different energy. It's the same thing, but it changes every single time you do it. It changes.
Very cool.
It's fun.
So I know we're getting close to a wrap up. Mafia will take care of that in a minute, but so I'm sure everybody has their questions on their mind.
Any question?
Who's your favorite famous people that you've met, that you've worked with?
One of the favorite, I'm gonna give you 2.
Yeah.
Whoa, I gotta go 3.
You can go
Paul,
5. I don't care.
No.
There's no limit.
Paul Walker was awesome.
Okay.
Paul Walker, awesome. I've seen him do like so many things for fans, like out of this world. Super cool guy, like from day one. Like he's the like Chuck Taylor's or Vans kind of guy.
Yeah.
All the time. Super cool. Jeans and a t-shirt all the time. Dwayne Johnson, awesome guy. Yeah. I've met him. I've worked with him in different careers, which is what's cool. We have mutual friends, but I've seen him on different, different avenues. Like, oh, this is life. This is doing truck stuff with his vehicles. This is on set. This is always the same. Always this. And I'm not going off how he treats me, because everyone asks me that question, but in stunts it's different. If I met you, John, in the street, and you're going to have something to eat, like, hey, how you doing, brother? Like, hey, how you doing? But if we're doing a movie together and your life is on the line, and I'm the person that's saving, you're like, Sly, good morning, how you doing, brother? So it's a lot different, because we're a tight-knit family for 6 months. You see me every single day. I'm working with you on guns, falling, like fire, whatever it is. So it's a different kind of communication. So they treat me different. I go off of how they treat me, as well as how they treat that PA that's just there to help out, or that person in the street that's yelling, oh my God, I love you. I've seen these people go above and beyond. Will Smith, top-notch guy. Top-notch guy. I've seen him walk on set on Bad Boys. He walked on set and said hi to everyone by name. I'm talking about the guy holding the light, the electric guy in the background, the caterer, the PA by name, and then goes, okay, now what are we doing? Let's go shoot. He addresses everyone. So I've seen those guys are top notch.
I've been a big fan of his for a long time. Very cool.
Yeah, Idris Elba.
That's amazing.
Cool. I mean, I got a long list, brother. A lot of people are super cool. I got one that a lot of people don't believe is Michael Bay.
Okay.
Awesome guy. Awesome guy. Director. Awesome guy. He has his ways. Awesome guy though.
What was your favorite movie that you performed in?
Easy. The Tomorrow War. Bing. That's my new one. That's easy. I was waiting for that question.
Is that again?
I was waiting for that one.
What was it called again?
Bam. The Tomorrow War. That's my new favorite movie. Bam.
The Tomorrow War?
Yeah. Now, I would say Too Fast and Furious, because that's my first movie. Like legitimate, like actual in the union and everything. That's to set it off. That's my baby. Fast 5. Because that's when I won my first stunt award. So, so that's why those are my babies, whatever. But
congrats.
People in the industry know why I say the Tomorrow War.
Yeah, it's like Tom Brady. What's your favorite Super Bowl? He said the next one.
Yeah,
gotcha.
For sure.
Okay,
for sure. That's a good one.
We always wrap up our show with a last segment called Off Script. We ask our guests to leave our audience with whatever is on their heart that they want to leave the audience with. Doesn't have to deal with the topic, just whatever's on your heart. Give us your off-script moment.
My off-script moment would be making a difference in someone else's world that you do not even know on a daily basis. If you interact with, it can be a simple hello, calling someone by their name, you know what I mean? Opening the door for someone, the pay it forward kind of moments. Those kind of moments is what I would say I would like to, if everyone started to do that, the world would be a little different. It's just showing you care on a different level. It has nothing to do with your financial status. It's just doing these little things that can help one another out, which is, I think, if everyone did that, the world would be a lot better place.
Listen, stay connected with Sly on Instagram. Follow him at Sli Lewis, SLILEWIS. Also, check out his website, www.slilewis.com.
Easy to find me.
Absolutely. This has been an amazing conversation with Sly on discipline is the key. Stay connected with us here on Unscripted. You can follow us on all social media platforms at Unscripted Leadership. Check out our website, unscripted-leadership.com. Our podcast is available on all streaming platforms. If you want to continue to help us with our mission in empowering leaders to develop their areas of business, family, and community, you can do so on patreon.com/unscripted leadership. And there it is.
Check it out.
Check out, we've had Flip on the show recently, the man behind the mask, those that are watching.
Yeah, that's my little bro. Check him out.
Wow.
He helped me as much as I help him. He doesn't know.
Absolutely. American Ninja Warrior.
Yeah.
Those that are listening, go back and check out that episode as we discuss the man behind the mask.
Oh, we're doing stunts. Even in the book, doing stunts.
Absolutely. As always, we pray that you be the leader that God has called you to be. We're here to build bridges and not walls. Bridges connect and walls divide. Until next time, God bless you.